Des,
Yeah,
how you doing?
not so bad yourself.
All right, mate. Yeah, thank you.
I'm just turning it up. How's work with you? Have you stopped again or?
No, we're back. We're still in as before because we were all sorted before, like lockdown two.
Yeah.
So we're still allowed to go in for research. Fine.
That's all right then. Yeah, we were the same. I mean, they pulled out buses on Friday because it was just chaos. I mean, normally takes me 5 minutes to get to work. Took me an hour to get home.
Yeah, Harrogate was pretty bad with snow and stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, but well, yeah, exactly. It's fine. It's thawing now, so
Snowing now.
no, I say it's thawing now.
All right. Oh, thawing now. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Leeds didn't get much at all.
All right, that's all right.
North Leeds did, but the centre and where I am, we it was snowing a bit on Friday, but it didn't settle at all, so we've had nothing.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, we had a few buses stuck sort of out Leeds way and that as well, so it's alright. It's all good.
So you were at main bus companies like Transdev or just a
Yeah,
local
that's who I work for, Transdev.
Transdev?
Yeah, you know the black 36s and that.
What, the Leeds to Harrogate buses?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
they're like one of the main ones that I do.
No,
That's like
Gary Grayson's voice on
yeah, that's like my office.
it.
Yeah, that's alright. Pay its bills. It's alright actually. They're a pretty good company to work for, so
Yeah, they're good buses. They're better than Leeds ones.
yeah, yeah, they're nice. Uh, Other than that, everything else alright with you?
Yeah. All right.
That's it. That's all we can go for, innit? Oh,
All
jeez.
right.
Christ, that's loud.
Well, this Zoom works. Obviously, it's opened and Joe's not here. So does it open automatically on time, I guess, even though there's no host?
He'd probably let us in.
All right.
Because normally he has to let us in because it says the host will let you in a
Yeah,
minute.
that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, and then, like I say, I'm like you, I'm setting everything up, turn around, and then no offence to you, but then I saw you looking at me, where did you come from? It's like that way.
So, I can see that screen now. Getting that way. No, that way.
Oh, that's fair.
There
Uh,
we go. We can see you.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good, good. So, can everyone see the notation on the screen already?
Yes.
Cool. So, we should have a few more people today. We'll see when they join us. It's 1 to 12 still, so that's fine. But yeah, today we're going to work on some permutation exercise, which is a trademark of David Garibaldi's drumming, the ability to shift ideas around. And this is actually from one of David Garibaldi's books called Future Sounds. So if you guys want to get into the really the mindset of his drumming, that's the book, because it's not really transcriptions from Tower of Power songs. Um, it's um, it's just exercises that he explored and developed over time to develop his playing, obviously. So there's then one more. So I was just saying that today we're going to work on permutation exercise that I took from David Garibaldi's book Future Sounds. So everybody knows where it comes from. Future Sounds. And then time allowing, we'll go back to the groove we were working on last week. Let me just check, because I'm also expecting Ben to join us. Let's see if there's any issues. Nope, there's not any issues because it's here. Hello.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
good, thanks.
Good. Okay. So last last disclosure. Today's exercises are from the book Future Sounds. In case, and I'm just saying this in case anyone wants to go get the book. Future Sounds by David Garibaldi, of course. This is the book. If everyone can see.
Yeah.
So you can recognize the cover if you go on Amazon or something like that. All right, so the idea of permutation is the concept is to move an element across our rhythmic grid, right? To permutate is to shift either forwards or backwards. So, for example, if we look at exercise number 1, we'll see that we've got a pattern. Starts off with the bass drum, got a hi-hat. By the way, all the snare drums that do not have an accent are to be ghosted. Just remember that, because although we don't have parentheses, they are still ghost notes. And then we've got 2 hi-hats. And once again, look at that little Garibaldi thing right here. We talked about this last week, right? The second hi-hat being accented. Right? This is a very David
Yeah.
Garibaldi idea, to accent the second note of a double.
Hmm.
Okay? It happens once again here. And here. Right? So you guys get the gist. It's always there. That's one of his trademark moves, is that, you know, he pulls out from right, whenever he's got a double, he pulls he goes from an upstroke to a downstroke, which always gives a bit of a push to the grooves, right? So that's why he does that. But then, okay, we've got that whole pattern, and we will learn it and play it. But then if you look at exercise number 2, the bass drum has now shifted a 16th note. And that's going to change everything. The feel of that groove is going to change. And by the way, you will also notice something else, which is whenever the bass drum, as it moves, meets a ghost-noted snare, the snare goes away. Gets replaced by the bass drum. Unless the snare is an accent, then the bass drum and snare are to be played both in unison. As you will see in example, if I can find my mouse. In example 5, you'll see that the snare drum and the bass drum are played in unison. Okay? So far, any questions? Let's get to the play. So, exercise number 1, we're going to start with that. And as always, for those who haven't done these workshops via Zoom before, what I'm going to do is give everyone, let's say, 5 minutes to try that by yourselves, to learn at whatever speed you guys need. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mute everyone so no one hears everyone else's drumming, because otherwise it's just confusing. And then in 5 minutes time I'll unmute and we'll get together and play it all together with the metronome, the whole spiel. Okay? Cool. So are we good? No last minute questions?
Nope.
No. Okay, everyone's muted. Take it away, 5 minutes. Sorry, you guys couldn't hear me very well, I would assume. I was just asking if you had any issues, any troubles whilst practicing that.
No, it's just getting up to speed.
Speed, yeah. Anything else from anyone else? No.
On the second bar, Tricky.
The second half.
The second part,
Or the second beat,
second beat, yeah.
starting at beat 2.
Beat 2 was a bit tricky to get through. Beat 1 wasn't too bad. Beat 2 was difficult.
Yeah.
Starting with the snare instead of the hi-hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bit, yeah.
So you've got snare drum accent, soft hi-hat, accent hi-hat, soft snare.
Yeah, that was tricky. That.
Okay. Cool. So what we'll do the same thing we always do, which is we're gonna build it one bit by bit. So let's. I'm gonna turn on the click, and let's start by tackling the first 5 16th notes, which means 1 E and a 2, and then the rest of the bar, we'll just count it out. And then as I call it out, we'll add the next note, next note, next note until we complete the whole thing. So let's see here. Let's start at 55 BPM. I'm gonna once again mute everyone but myself so I can this time play with you guys. Okie dokie, here we go. So first 5 16th notes only. 1, 2, 3 E and the 4 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the. So don't forget the hi-hat dynamics. Right, got that accent, soft accent. The E and the 4 E and the. 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 Okay, next 2 notes. One E and a 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the 1 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the. And the 4 E and the. Next note. Ghost note, right? 1 E and the 2 E and the 4. 1 E and the 2 E and the 4. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4. Okay, that's the first 8 16th notes. So let's just go for a thumbs up or thumbs down. Do we have any questions? Thumbs up is no questions. Okay, I see 1, 2, 3. Ben, do you have a question? 4. All right, let's keep going. So from the first 8 16th notes, we're going to add now the next note. So hi-hat accent. So from beat 1 to beat 3. 1, 2, 3 E and the 4 E and the 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the 1 E and the 2 E and the Okay, next snare drum. It's ghosted. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E 4. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E 4. Next two hi-hats. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Okay. And now let's go for another 2 minutes. Let's add the next backbeat. So that's beat 4. Okay. Awesome. Let's try that. Okay. 1, 2, 3 E and the 4 E and the 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the. Okay, next two notes. Awesome. Okay, so obviously we only have one note left. So we'll change the structure of our practice. We're going to play the full bar, but then leave one entire bar just for counting. Okay? And then, so that would be step one. When I have a full bar, I don't immediately, especially if it's tricky, I don't immediately go for loops of it. I leave those bars of just nothing really, just for the counting, so we can reset, refocus, go back to the beginning. Then step two, I would play that whole thing and then put a bar in front of it of just, you know, a regular funk groove, something that you can play very sort of mindlessly, right? So I would go. That would be step two. And then step three, I would just start looping that one thing. Okay, so step one, a bar of that and a bar of nothing. Here we go. One, two, three, and the 4 E and the 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the 1, 2, 3 E and the go again. 1E and the 2E and the 3E and the 4E and the 1, 2, 3E and the 4 and go. 1, 2, 3 and 4E and. Don't forget the hi-hat dynamics. Soft accent, soft accent, accent, soft accent, soft accent. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and accent, soft accent, soft accent, accent, soft accent, soft accent. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 2, 3, 4. Two, three, and the. Three and 4 and. Soft accent, soft accent, accent, soft accent, soft accent. 1, 2, 3 and. Awesome. Okay, so far, any questions or issues? Awesome. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Let's do step 2. So we'll now alternate between that and the bar of a regular funk / rock groove. Okay, so we're gonna go 1, 2, and okay, sort of whatever you guys want to play there after that, as long as it doesn't throw you off. That's the whole point. Okay. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Again. Okie dokie. So, before we move on to the next permutation, let's apply this to some music. So the tempo was 55. I'm going to push this up a little bit, but not too much. And this time I'm going to loop the same idea over and over again. Okay, so no bar of groove in between. We're just gonna loop the exercise. So give me 1 second so I can find something for us to jam along to. Okay, let's try this track here. Cool. All right, so far, let me mute everyone again. Any questions? Or any struggles? Doesn't have to be a question, but any specific element of the exercise that's challenging, we can go over that one more time. No? We're good? All right, exercise number 2. So now, the same exact thing with the hands, but obviously the bass drum is now on the E. So it's been moved by a 6th note. Now, of course, we already get the gist of the exercise, so we don't need another 5 minutes for this one. So let's say 2 minutes for you guys to try that one out. Obviously, from the end of 1 forwards, it's the exact same thing as before. So it's just getting used to that bass drum being on the E. Okay, all right, so 2 minutes. You guys can try that out, and then we'll do that together. Cool. Let's get it going. So straight away, okay, before we start playing, thumbs up, thumbs down for questions or issues. We're good. We're good. We're good. Awesome. Okay, so let's straight away try the whole thing. We'll play one bar of that followed by one bar of a timekeeping groove, so the simpler one. Here we go. Same tempo as before. One, two, tick, and the and the. I hit my microphone by accident. Keep going, keep going. Now, here's another challenge with this number 2. Let's put number 1 and number 2 together and create a 2-bar groove. Okay, so we'll have. So 1 and then 2 next to each other. Okay, now of course there the challenge is just to not start with that bass drum on beat 1 when it's time to play exercise 2. So I'll give you guys a minute and then we'll do that together with the click. Try that first. Okay, cool. Let's try that with a click. And this time, I'm gonna speed this up a bit as well, because we've been working at 55 for a while. Let's go up to 65. Well, let me just fix my mic, sorry. There we go. 1, 2, 3, and go. I see a lot of nodding and ugly faces. Okay, let me unmute everyone. We're going to move on to the next topic. Unmute. So, what was the biggest struggle here with this one?
For me, accents.
Accents? Okay, good. So you got something
Like-
there to
Like
work
snare drum accents. The hi-hat. I can do the hi-hats, it's just the snare drums that I struggle with.
on. The ghost notes?
Yeah, accents and ghost notes for snare drum.
Yep. Okay, cool. How about moving that bass drum
Yeah.
Yeah,
over to the E?
that was difficult as well.
Tricky, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I've sent you guys a screenshot of the first. Well, actually, it's 1, 2, 3, and then 9, 10, 11, I think. But obviously, you can guess what all the other missing exercises are. It's just that bass drum keeps on moving by a 16th note. It's not rocket science, right? So obviously, you're going to have 16 different exercises there. There's 16 16th notes in the bar, right? Basic maths. So you've got 16 exercises that will all pose different problems. But the cool thing is to actually combine number 1 with all the other ones. That's going to create some cool little ideas. Like to play, for example, number 1 with number 5. Number 5 is the one where the bass drum is in unison with the snare drum. Right? So you would have... So number 5 would be this. That's the main bit that is different. Bass drum and snare together at 2, right? Okay, I'll show you the notation. So this is number 5. Which is also a very David Garibaldi thing to do, to put bass drums with backbeats. Because that quiet bit, even when the backbeat is displaced, he puts a bass drum in there to really emphasize that note. Okay, but then of course alternating that with the exercise number 1 creates a fun little effect, because exercise number 1 would be etc. So that bass drum moving from beat 1 to 2 every other bar, or every bar moves. So it's kind of a cool little effect. All right. Anyway, like I said, I've sent you guys this already. Let's move over to the next topic, which is actually last week's topic. I want to go back to that. Let me just go quickly find that notation. So this is the groove for Pocket Full of Soul. So whilst I bring up the notation, I'm going to play the song. Well, I'm not going to play the song. I'm going to press play on the song.
Hey, yo, check this out. We're breaking all the rules. Anything we choose. Verify, live and prove. I got something new. I got that brand new. Something brand new.
That's not it. This is it.
Come on. Look at here. I gotta get going. I gotta get going. I'm one step away from going, one step beyond. I gotta get moving. The message is clear. The future is clouded down here. No matter what condition, my condition is in. I know I can depend on just one thing. I got a pocket full of soul right here. Got a pocket full of soul. Retro rocket full of soul. I got a pocket full of soul right here. I gotta get serious. I can't be a clown. Gotta get up for showtime, 'cause it's time to get down. I gotta get in there, so figure it out. That's what it's all about. No matter what condition, my condition is in. I know it's up to me whether I sink or swim. I got a pocket full of soul right here. Got a pocket full of soul right here. Say what? I got a pocket full of soul. Retro rocket full of soul. I got a pocket full of soul right here, y'all. What condition, my condition is in. I know I can depend on just one thing. Got a pocket full of soul right here. Got a pocket full of soul right here. Say what? I got a pocket full of soul. Retro rocket full of soul. I got a pocket full of soul right here. Got a pocket full of soul right here. Listen. Got a pocket full of soul right here. Yes, I got a pocket full of soul. Retro rocket full of soul. I got a pocket full of soul right here. Full of soul right here, y'all. Got a pocket full of soul right here. Say what? I got a pocket full of soul. Retro rocket full of soul. I got a pocket full of soul right here. I got a pocket full of soul right here. Got a pocket full of soul right here.
So that's Pocket Full of Soul by Tower of Power. Of course, the drummer is David Garibaldi. We started working on this last week. Let's go back to it. Let's turn on the click, give that a practice. For now, just as a reminder, let's start at, let's see. Let's go for 90 BPM. or 95 BPM. The goal tempo is 130, so let's go for 95. The counting is in
doing-
eighth note triplets.
Are you doing the accented hi-hats with the ones that you added with the two hi-hats next to each other?
Yeah. So he's still doing those
So it's not
little
written on
pull
there.
outs. Yeah. I'm gonna add that. Alright, so once again, yeah, as Dan pointed out, whenever you've got two hi-hats in a row, soft accent. Okay, so actually, just for the sake of everyone,
Joe,
yes,
that's slightly different to the paper version that you gave us. Does it matter?
is it?
Yeah.
Two under accents on all three beats, and the same for. So you can accent on beat one, accent on two, under,
Yeah,
and
that's
accent on the and the four. On
yeah,
the
that's
paper
just
only.
yeah, but it's just the accents that are different, right?
No, I was only just checking. That's all.
Yeah, it's just the accents that were different, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the version I had on the screen had no accents,
Right.
and then I added the accents just on those doubles. But yeah, you've got technically when you play beat two, yes, it's accent on the hi hat, accent on the snare drum on the end of two, accent on the hi hat. But those things can be nuanced, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what we wanna make sure that we get in there is those doubles on the hi hat with that push in the second stroke. But notation wise, minus dynamics, it's all the same as what I gave you last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so I'll give everyone just a couple of minutes to play that once again, just to remind yourselves as to how it goes, and then we'll do that together. All right, cool. So let's do that here with the click. Okay, so 1, 2, 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the. Cool. Okay, so I'm sure some of you might have noticed that every now and then I was putting 2 bass drums in there, in here. So that's actually the variation Garibaldi uses during the solo section in the song. He adds a little bass drum, which is also on the page I gave you guys last week. So it's the same groove, but it's got an extra push there, right? Etc. Okay, so this is the group for Pocket Full of Soul. I was going to say song, and the big challenge here with this one is to make sure that the snare drum dynamics and also the hi-hat dynamics, but the snare drum is really important here because of that shift. The backbeat not being at beat 2 can be a bit of a throw-off. Because usually we would place it there, and of course it shows up here instead. So once again, it's the idea of permutations, isn't it? Like Garibaldi simply moved the snare from its natural placement over to the next 8th note triplet, creating a bit of a polyrhythmic feel, because that snare drum, although we are playing in 8th note triplets, shows up 4 8th note triplets later, from beat 1 rather than 3, right? And that's the polyrhythmic effect. It kind of implies that actually we are in 4, and then it switches to a very natural triplet feel when he places the snare back on 4. So there's kind of this push and pull that this groove's got. That is quite interesting. Then in the song, he often switches to a more traditional sort of triplet feel, when he's playing like. So here you can really feel 1, 2, 3 and the 4 and the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 1 and the 2, right? So the snare shows up again on 2 and 4, so it makes it much more of a easy one to follow triplets wise. Okay, so before we wrap it up, because next week we will start tackling the next groove, I want to ask everyone if there are any questions.
No.
No questions?
No.
So before I go, I'm going to send everyone this groove. So I know that Dan already has it. You guys are ready. So it's just band really. So you can spend more time at home band practicing this new one. And then from next week everyone's gonna be on a level playing field because it's gonna be a new group for everyone. So let me see. Garibaldi. No, I'm gonna call it. So. Okay, I've sent you this as well, Ben.
Alright.
Alrighty, so having said that, it's 1 o'clock. So if you guys don't have any questions, next week we'll work on some groove studies from Future Sounds and a new groove from a different song as well.
Alright.
That's the agenda. Alright, guys, have a good Sunday, and I'll see you all when I see you all.
Okay. See you later,
Thank you.
guys.
See you all later. Bye.
See you.
Bye now.
Bye bye.